Hello everybody, Domestic Fox here, and today I'm bringing you a different content kind of video. This one's going to be the Elementum versus the Bugout. Which one is better? And in my opinion, they both, kind of like they're different, but to me, I think these knives are kind of in the same ballpark as general EDC, easy to use knives. And I kind of want to give like a comparison of the two, since that these are very popular knives, and I think that the Elementum is the biggest competition for the bug out, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. You might have your own opinion, but I kind of want to see which one is better. I wish I had more bug outs. To compare with, but I only got the one bug out. So maybe I should have made this video later when I had more bug outs, but I'm just going to do it now, whatever. This is going to be kind of unscripted, so I'm going to be kind of rambly, but that's how I kind of like to do my content. I kind of like to make it like authentic and just rambly. That's kind of like how I like it, and I hope you enjoy that too. But let's get right into it. This is Benchmade Bugout. This is the one with the carbon fiber and the S90V steel. This is the Elementum frame lock with 20 CV and titanium handles. This is the Civivi Elementum with D2 steel and purple G10. This is the Civivi button lock Elementum with, hold on, I forgot the steel on it, 14C 28N. Sandvik 14C 28N with black G10. These are pretty different, but also, in my opinion, pretty the same. They kind of have the same, aspect going for them. General EDC friendly, low profile, no nonsense design. That's what it is. Just a simple, sleek design to be light and just EDC friendly. That's what I get from these. It's just an EDC friendly knife. Now, comparing the two, these are, obviously made in China. This is made in the USA. So that's probably like the biggest deal breaker for you at the start. It's like if you're somebody who only buys USA made knives, then you're obviously going to go for the bug out, and you don't need to watch this any further. But if you're somebody who does not care about, or at least don't mind your knives being made manufactured in different countries, then definitely watch this video, because I'm going to be talking about both of these. So yeah, that's one of the biggest factors. But the bug out is vastly more expensive than these guys. The bug out with its base model is about 150, and you get Grivery scales and S30V steel. Where with this one, about $20 extra. I think this is roughly around $170. You get 20 CV, which is basically M390, just a little different, but pretty much the same exact steel. Excuse me. And titanium. So this to me is actually a better option than the standard bug out. But having said that, this one does have actually a little bit more weight on it than the standard bug out, but it's not really that big of a deal. And also axis lock. That's also a big factor. Some people might just want the axis lock in general, and that's probably going to be also a deal breaker for you for the Civivi, the axis lock. Because the axis lock is perfectly ambidextrous, and you can flip the pocket clip around, so that's going to be definitely a big deal breaker. Very easy to actuate, keeps your fingers out of the way of the blade, and yeah, it's just easy to manipulate. So that's possibly going to be a deal breaker for you. This is a little bit, it's a little bit tougher. This guy out of the box, it came out really tough. The detent was really tight, and the lock bar required a lot of pressure to disengage. Over time, it worked its way in, and now, it, what's the word? Broke in, and now it does not hurt my thumb to disengage and use. Not the most fidgety thing, like the bug out. That's also another factor. Bug out definitely has more of a fidget factor to it. But this guy has a flipper. Flipper is really nice for those who like flippers. You don't have to, get the right spot and flick it out. Just push it and boom, it comes right out. Frame locks. Some people may not like frame locks. Some people may like frame locks. So that's also another thing you got to think about compared to this one. And then with this one is definitely much more affordable, by a long shot of the Bugout. This is about $50, give or take. I'm not sure with current inflation. I got this for about 50 bucks and 15 cents on Amazon. Um, but yeah, so and you get D2 steel, which is to me a fine EDC steel. If you're not doing anything super crazy, this steel will definitely serve you well for a long time. There's definitely better steels out there on the market, especially these days. D2 is definitely lower down in the quality of great steels and stuff like that. But D2 is still definitely a workable steel. Still definitely a good steel. I will always say that D2 has a special place in my heart. Just keep it oiled and it won't rust on you. This one is it's not ambidextrous. This one is ambidextrous. You can flip that pocket clip, but the original Civivi one is not ambidextrous, so that's also a factor. But this one is vastly much more inexpensive. So if you're somebody who does not like spending over 50 bucks on your knife, so you're like, oh, I really want something like the Bugout, but I don't want to spend 150 bucks on a knife. This is a great alternative. Lightweight, just great ergonomics, easy to use, easy to actuate, disengage. Pocket clip is fine. That's also another factor to put in is the Bugout. To me, has a superior pocket clip. It's very nice. It fits in the pocket perfectly. And then you got the button lock Elementum. If you're somebody who prefers a much longer knife but still likes a more slender, compact carry, the button Elementum is definitely a good option. It's not as slender, as you can see. The profile is a little bit uh, bigger, but not by a whole lot. It's definitely right in the ballpark of the Bugout. And if you like, see, oh, this one's also ambidextrous, so you can, you know, use it both hands. So that's a good thing about this guy. This is a much more inexpensive option. It's actually cheaper than the original one. I got this guy for like 40 bucks. So that's also really good, depending on the retailer that you get it from. And it's using Sandvik 14C 28N, which is a good steel, good budget steel. I like it. So far, it's served me well. And you get the nice Elementum design. You do not get a flipper on this one. I don't know really why they didn't go with a flipper to keep with the aesthetic of the original one. They should have went with a flipper. But I know a lot of people are saying that, and Civivi is probably sick of hearing people, I want a flipper on the button lock Elementum. But you can't, and it still looks like an Elementum, just without the flipper. They also have a fixed blade Elementum. If you're somebody who likes the Elementum but wants a fixed blade, they also have that. But we're comparing this to the Bugout. So, and there's no fixed blade of the Bugout. That would be interesting, though. Fixed blade Bugout. I would love to see an XL Bugout. I think that would drive some people crazy. Oh, that would be hilarious. So yeah, there is quite a bit of comparisons between the Bugout, and the Bugout has a great variety of options. You can get this guy, which this guy is pretty expensive. This is about $279 knife, priced to this day. But you get premium steel. Bugouts usually have there's different steels you can get. Usually premium steel or at least mid-range steel around the Bugout. You can also go to their custom shop and make your own Bugout and get some pretty cool options and different colors and whatnot. You can also get a bunch of Flightanium parts for this, which you know you can really customize your Bugout, and you can also get a lot of Flightanium parts for your Civivi Elementum. You can also get titanium scales for it, but if you prefer titanium handles with a frame lock, then this is the one to go. But you can get titanium scales for the original one from Flightanium, which is also really cool. They also come in a bunch of different designs. This one comes with a bunch of different colors, and I believe even a black blade. This one comes with a bunch of different scale colors and different, I think a few different blade coats. There's even a Tanto blade version. So that's great variety. With the Bugout, you generally only get this blade version, which kind of makes sense because I think it's really known for its blade more than the handle, or the Elementum is kind of known for this kind of shape and the blade a little bit. But yeah, so that's one of the factors to put in is variety of styles. This one, you can get it in M390. You can get it in that aluminum. You can get it in carbon fiber. You can get it in G10. You can get it in Grivery, different colors, different sizes. There's not really much in size difference between the Elementums. You can't get like a mini Elementum or a large Elementum. Really, the only bigger one is this one and the fixed blade. Otherwise, it's mostly just this size. Where this one you can't get the mini, and then this uh, the regular size one. And they also have like a big variety of handle materials and blade steels, and I think different finishes as well. Where this one you can get it in quite a bit of different finishes, and you can get it in a variety of handle materials. I think they even had an S35VN blade on the original one. This one they had the S35VN blade, and I think it was natural G10 scales. So that's a great variety of different options depending on what suits your aesthetic on these. This also comes in micarta. You can get micarta on this guy, which is also really cool. I think the Elementum. I think if they were to make an Elementum with kind of like this one, but with premium materials like maybe M390 or maybe a S35VN, maybe put, I guess, stick with the G10. But if they put something like the Axis lock on it, so like the Able lock or something like that, with the Axis lock style. They can't do the Axis lock because that's owned by Benchmade, but something with the same style. If they put that on the Elementum and just make the Elementum where you can do that and have premium materials, but still be cheaper than the original Bugout, I think the Elementum will definitely give this guy a run for its money. But right now, I've seen some comments that the Elementum is the Bugout killer. And no, it's not. It's definitely going to be up there with the Bugout. It's definitely. I mean, with all these models and especially this guy coming out, this guy's definitely right up there. He's like trying to fight the Bugout, depending on preferences and stuff like that. But I don't think this guy is not going to kill the Bugout. The Bugout is going to be here. I mean, if the nuclear war happens, it's like the only thing that's going to be left alive is the cockroaches and the knowledge that there was a Bugout. I'm sorry, that was dumb. But yeah, the Bugout is not disappearing. It's not going to be killed by any knife model anytime soon. The Elementum is a fantastic knife, but it's not going to overshadow the Bugout. It's not going to destroy the Bugout. It's going to be right with it. It's going to be neck and neck in the race for a long time. But you can see what you get differently. I thought the Bugout was small. The Elementum is actually quite small. The Elementum is one of my favorite knives of all time. And I carry this guy a lot. I sharpen this guy a lot. So that's just my opinion. I don't think there's any more I really can add to this video. Just kind of doing a versus. Now this is kind of hard to say, and now I'm going to put which one is better. It's kind of hard to say because this is quite a drastic price range that you can jump from. The base model is 150 compared to this guy, which is 170, but you get quite vastly different materials. And then if you go with the materials on this guy compared to this guy is vastly more expensive than this guy. So it's kind of hard to compare prices on different models. You can get this guy in M390, and I think it was aluminum or titanium, and that's like 250 to something. So maybe that might be a little bit more comparable to this guy, and then this guy would be the better option. But that's only if you like frame locks more and flippers. So it really comes down to personal preference. Me personally, really hard to say. But I think I'm a big knife fan. How do I pick just one of these? I think if I had to come down to it, I think I might go for the original. just because this guy holds a special place in my heart. I really like the way how it feels, how it actuates. It's a little bit more robust feeling. The steel on it is definitely not as high quality as it used to be, but disassembly. Oh, that's also another thing I forgot to mention. Disassembly on this guy's vastly much more easier than this guy. I've never taken this guy apart, but every time I hear anybody talk about disassembling a Benchmade, it's always a nightmare. Where this guy, taking him apart, cleaning him out, putting him back together, is a breeze, and it's just great to work with. But I think this guy is definitely. Yeah, I think that's my opinion. It's basically neck and neck. It's like I prefer this guy uh, just like a little bit, like maybe 0.1% more than this guy. But that's like, I don't know, it's just dumb really to say. I think I bought this guy first for a reason because I just like the Elementum's design, but yeah. I think I would go for this guy, but basically they're neck and neck because I really like carrying this guy as well. It's also a full size and more of a full size knife, which is actually more of my preference is bigger knives. Uh, but it's something about the Elementum. I don't know. I just really like the Elementum. I think I would do that. The original Elementum. I do like the push button Elementum, uh, but just the feel of the original one is definitely my favorite. The detent and um, liner lock just feels a little bit better on this one than a frame lock. But this guy's still definitely one of my favorites. I love the feel of this guy. This steel is vastly better than D2 on this guy. Edge retention is great. I love 20 CV. I hope I didn't get that wrong before. I hope I said 20 CV before. Sometimes I ramble really quick and end up getting my steels wrong. Alright, I think this video's gone on long enough. I have never disassembled this guy. I'm not sure how that button is going to be like to disassemble. Alright, thank you so much for watching and listen to me ramble. I hope you like this video, and if you like more knife and EDC related content, check out my other videos. Remember to subscribe because I post every Saturday and every other Sunday. There'll be more knives and more videos in the future. And let me know in the comments on what do you prefer, which is your favorite one. Do you think that the Bugout is better than the Elementum, or do you think the Elementum is better than the Bugout? Or do you think they're both the same and you like them both and you go back and forth? Or you hate them both and you think they're both completely overrated? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye.